Alright, for this discussion this week, I'm going to talk to you about how the NFL and the Australian Football League are different in many ways. So, both Australians and Americans love football, but they just play it a different way and with different rules. The U.S. has had the NFL for decades now and has been a top promoter and has hosted like Super Bowls and other bigger events around the world that everyone can see, and it's shown that it's spread to other countries and nations. So a lot of nations have picked up on that, and that's why they've created other leagues similar to football. Um, they're both obviously both of the sports are very violent in contact because you're always getting pushed down or stepped on or just getting either punched or anything like that. So injuries can happen at any time. And they happen actually all the time in both sports. Even though in the NFL they have pads, those pads aren't gonna just help when someone's coming full speed at you and hits you in the head. It's easily just concussion. That's why CTE is a huge thing there, and they are working on that to protect the players for the NFL. But for the Australian League, they have like no equipment to wear really, and it shows that they've had so many injuries, brutal injuries because of that, and they're mostly just head injuries. But it goes on from just head injuries. Um, so because the rules are so different, like I was saying, how like they don't have any pads and stuff really in the Australian League, like the NFL. So they're different because the NFL, like, they play a different, like, quarters, halves, that's all different too. So the NFL, they have four quarters that are 15 minutes long, while in Australia, for their football games, it's four quarters, 20 minutes long. These scoring systems for the NFL are just get the ball past the end zone, and it's called a touchdown worth 6 points. But you can also receive 2 extra points if you take the ball out and you have to score again within the 10-yard line. And then, but usually the safest thing to do is just to kick an extra point field goal and get your extra point. But that always depends on the situation of the game. For the football, for football in Australia, the scoring rules is you must kick the ball through the goal post, and then the outer post is worth 1 point, and then if it's an inner post, it's worth 6. Um, so one of the biggest differences between these two leagues is that you can dribble the ball oddly, like the oddly shaped ball in Australian football to transport the ball down the field to try to score, and you can also like kick it. You can like bounce the ball off the ground and drop kick it, which I think is pretty cool. But that's a major difference compared to the NFL. But after watching the video of like all the players like doing that, I didn't realize how like dangerous it is. And the Australian League, like you see people like flying up, kicking each other in the face, and they don't have face masks or anything. So I think that's just crazy. I could never take part of that. I don't think I would survive. But the NFL and the Australian League are they're both similar in some way, but I just think that in the future they should definitely ease up and change some of the rules. For I know the NFL is trying to, but I know it's going to take time. But I think the Australian League should also push for that to have more like safety concerns for the players, because you already know CTE and concussions are like have taken over, and there's more research being done on that. And the more research we do on that, and then it could make the game a lot safer for both leagues. So yeah, I just think it's all about the safety, just keeping the players safe, and then overall just keeping their families and friends safe. Because if someone in the NFL or in the Australian league that, let's say they make a lot of money, that can all be ruined with one injury. So yeah, that's just my opinion on that. Thanks.